about your running game against the Packers and what you expect from the run against the Cowboys?
Well, I hope that we can do the same thing and maybe a little bit more. I thought in the second half we were a little bit better with it than we were in the first half. We want to be able to establish that a little bit earlier and a little bit more. And of course, with the way we had it set up, with the way we were playing the game, Tyrod just got the first series in there, and then after that, when Davis came in, we wanted to see him in all kind of situations, and basically we want to see him at this point, kind of handle the passing game and kind of do both.
Did you like prognosis on Anthony Miller, how long he'll be out, that kind of thing?
Not really sure right now. I knew that he had a little slight dislocation in his shoulder. He's had a little previous injury that before, but we're not really sure right now.
Does it seem like something that, even if you're not sure how long it could be this year, that he can play again this season?
Well, we anticipate him being back. It's something he's dealt with in the past before. So, we'll just see.
Do you expect Deshaun to practice today?
Nothing has changed from last week. We're not going to talk about what we're doing with personnel each day in practice. We haven't done that all spring, all fall, so we're not going to do it now.
Will you treat the second preseason game more like the third preseason game was?
A little bit differently. We're a little bit differently. We had a bunch of guys that didn't play in this first day. We held out. Hopefully we're going to get those guys some playing time. And some guys that didn't get to play will play a little bit more. And not really sure yet how much, but they will play a little bit more.
As a coach, do you have a preference between all the cuts coming at once versus the staggered way it's going to be in this offseason?
Well, that's just it is what it is. We got to deal with however it is, so we'll just take it as it is.
Do you have an update on Bernard?
Excuse me?
Do you have an update on Jonathan Bernard?
No, he's doing fine right now. We expect him to be back out here pretty soon.
Can you talk about trading Keon Cross and cutting out there?
Well, as Nick does, and we've always done this, everything we feel like is best for the football team. And the situation came up where we could make the move that we did, and we did, and we felt like that was best for what we needed at this time.
David Ross Blacklock was active at times against Green Bay. Where is he in his development? What do you need to see him do as training camp continues?
He's coming along fine, and the reason that's happening is because of the competition that those guys have right there. That's a deep group. And all those guys, along with him, have really were excellent from the standpoint of trying to put pressure and handling the run game, and they did an excellent job. I think they maybe rushed from less than 50 yards during the whole night, and that's a credit to those up front guys.
After watching it again, what did you see within those red zone chances that you'll have and things y'all can do to correct that?
Well, you know what? It's one of those situations where we've had inconsistency all during training camp right now, and it showed up in the game a little bit, And when we had the first time we was down there with Tyrod's group at 3rd down and 2, we basically, if we'd got 1 yard on that play, we were going to go for it. And not getting that yard right there, is just something we got to be able to do, because this football team is going to be identified with what happens up front with our offensive and defensive line. And that was a situation right there where, we didn't want to kick a field goal. We wanted to go for it in 2 downs if we had gotten 1 yard there. But we just got to be more consistent there, and we're going to work on that more.
David, along with that, David, what was your assessment of the offensive line play throughout the game? I know you didn't have a lot of your main guys up front.
Yeah, I thought they played hard. I thought they did a nice job in the run game of getting our backs to the line of scrimmage. I thought the protection was good. What I saw in those guys is what we have been seeing all training camp. They've been working very hard. And the thing about it is those guys have been switching around, as I mentioned before, all over the place. And, they kind of got solidified right there. And not having a bunch of those guys playing, I thought they did a great job of protecting the pocket and giving us a chance to run the ball.
But you would say y'all still need some work in the run blocking?
Oh, we do. And we'll get working that. We got to run it. Got to run it more. And we'll run it more, and we'll be able to see. That's the only way we're going to find out.
David, you can talk about the Ravens. That was one of the league leaders in aggressiveness on 4th down. And how do you feel about that in general, the trend of the league going that way?
Well, I think that comes with how you feel during the game. Has something to do with who you're playing also. Has something to do with how we were playing. I mean, we took that ball and went right down the field on them, and they were doing very well. And I told Timmy when it got down to 3rd and 2, I said, Timmy, you got 2 downs to get this if we can get a yard. And we didn't get it, but I had that feeling at that point that we were going to go for it in that particular situation with where we are on the field.
Could you get anybody back from the COVID list for this coming week?
Excuse me?
Could you get anybody back from the COVID list for this coming game?
Yeah, we'll get some guys back this week. There's still a couple of days left for those guys that have been out right now, but they will be back in practice this week.
Cousins will be back?
Excuse me? No, Tonsil will not be back right now. He actually, tested, so he's going to be out a little bit longer.
On the fourth down,
Is there anything that you saw from your team this weekend that surprised you?
No, the effort was excellent. And I think, too, we've been preaching all along about on defensive getting turnovers. Those guys did that. And the one thing that I was a little bit surprised with was the fact that, when we had some third downs right there on defense, that third and longs, that I felt like that all training camp we've been getting off the field and practice on those. They made a couple of big third downs on us, and I think we need to improve there. And other than that, I thought they did a nice job.
Let's do a couple more, guys.
On the fourth downs, throughout your career, what have you drawn on to kind of build your philosophy on how to build up the plays to have in certain situations in that conversation with TK?
Well, we practice those situations where obviously if we get in two down territories, so to speak, anytime you get in the red zone and you feel like you got a third down and short, there's a pretty good chance that we're going to tell the offense that you got 2 downs to get this, unless the score or the time of game dictates that you go ahead and take the field goal. We're going to be aggressive that way. We'll be aggressive that way.
Will you have someone in your headset or a sheet that with the probabilities and kind of make those decisions?
Well, it's not so much the probability. It'll be more so how I feel at that point about going for it. I know analytics has those things out there. We do have access to all of that, but I'm old school in the way that, when we're playing, if I'm not feeling it, we're not doing it. So regardless of what that chart says.
Last one, Aaron. Cross and trade. It's also a matter of you added some depth. You added guys like Tremont Smith that play special teams and corner. And what do you think of how Tremont's played so far?
Well, I think it was more so it was a good situation for our football team that Nick felt like of getting some draft picks for next year, and a situation where that we do have depth there. And it was a situation where we felt like our football team got better by being in that situation and doing what we did.
Just Smith, real quick.
He's doing well, doing exactly what we felt like he would do.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.